there guys, and welcome back to another Forza Horizon 4 video on my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be looking at a request I had last week after the money making video requested by Liquid Squid. We've got another request from Roshan, which is to do my top 10 favourite cars in Horizon 4. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. There's actually 20 because when I went through my car list I ended up with that many, so I thought, well, let's just do 20, there's no harm in doing that. So in this video you'll see 20 quite diverse cars that are personally my top 20 in Horizon 4. Some of them might surprise you, some of them might be a bit obvious. I've tried to include lots of different cars, so it's not just like all my favourite grippy cars like CCGT, etc. So as we go through the list in no particular order, you'll see the cars as they come along. So I'll show a minute or two gameplay of each, I'll tell you why I've chosen them, and then there'll be a picture of each of them on the thumbnail. So I'm going to try and put a really cool thumbnail on with all of the pictures. I spent about an hour and a half the other day taking pictures of them all. So yeah, a lot of effort. So let's get straight into it then, and the first car on my list is this, which is the 2017 Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifogli, if that's how you pronounce it. So you may be thinking, why on earth have you got a blue Alfa on your list, Shylo? Well, this is why. It's just a really cool car. I really like how it looks. The front of these Alfa Romeos are just really cool. They look shocking when they've got front registration plates on them, like you have to have in Britain. There is actually one near me and it looks horrific with the number plate on. But when they're like this, they look absolutely amazing. You've got the really cool flip. You've got that massive diffuser on the bottom. You can just see it in the bottom left of your screen with them massive exhausts. I really like this like shiny blue colour. It sounds really nice with the stock engine. It's just really fast in a straight line. So yeah, I just really like this car. So we'll hop on the wheel and I'll just give you a little drive around Broadway for a minute in it. So let's just give it a little rev before we set off. There you go, we've got a bit of rev in there. So really nice. And then we're going to set off and just take it for a little drive for a minute or two. So as you can see, it's really keen for you to put your foot down. As you can see, it picks up dead well. Them flames that come out of the back are just absolutely legendary. The sound it makes is really nice. I don't know exactly what engine it is, but to me it sounds like a V6. I may have to do a bit more research. I'm not very well. I can't think of the word. I'm not very knowledgeable on engines, let's say. I know types of engines, but I couldn't tell you engines in every single car. I know that Lambos have V12s, Mustangs have V8s, but I really couldn't tell you what engine was in this. All I know is that it sounds a bit like a V6 to me, but that's just me. So it does also stick to the road quite well. Obviously I haven't put, it's probably got race tyres on it, but there's no aero or anything that ruins it. It is also on drift suspension, I believe, so if I just go on the controller a second, if I turn, you can see that the camber definitely. So that tells you it's on drift suspension. It's really just a nice car. I mean, just look how fast it picks up. I mean, the shifting on the wheel is a bit wacky with cars like this because you have to shift dead quick and you have to get it right whilst being able to carry on accelerating. And it is a bit hard to perfect, but obviously if it was in real life you'd be killing the gearbox and leaving it on the road behind you, but in Forza it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I'll just see if I can do a couple of handbrake drifts for you. I've spun it out here, but we'll just try and carry on and pretend that was planned. There you go, drifting through the water. Looks really nice with the water on the back actually. There's a lot of resistance in the water here. So there, if we get the back end out, a couple of taps. 360. Oh yeah, that's super clean. So yes, that is the first car. I don't want to waste too much time on each car because then the video will be really long. But that's the first car, so the Alfa Romeo Giulia. Right, next car on my list, I'm going to try and do it in a bit of a random order. This one may surprise you. It is this, the 2018 Jaguar I-Pace. So I've got mine pretty much maxed out. You can't get much more horsepower than there is stock in this thing because it's electric, so there's no engine swaps or anything. It's once again on drift suspension, more or less the same colour actually, that wasn't intended, but you know. So this is a really nice car. Also a really nice sound. I absolutely adore the sound of this Jaguar I-Pace. And there you go, nice little rev there. So why is this on my list? Well, once again, it's just a pretty cool car. I think from glancing down my list, it's the only electric car on the list. Oh no, there's two, but it's just a really cool car. I see them every now and again in real life. They always look dead posh. They're just quite nice. The design of them is really unique. It's not like going with the flow of any other manufacturer, which I quite like. It's not too modern, but it's also modern at the same time. So I'll just give this a little drive around for you. I won't spend too long on this one because obviously it's not that interesting with it being electric, one geared, etc. So yeah, pretty nice car in my opinion. Not so good for racing or anything. I do believe that in A-class games it's a bit OP because apparently when you get slowed down in King, if you put it in reverse, it doesn't slow it down at all. But apart from that, it's not really very competitive. It's just quite a nice car to cruise around in if you're not too bothered about having a screaming loud engine. Although this engine does sound really cool, I have to say. I hope you're getting the joke, by the way. No, your speaker hasn't broke. It's alright. It's a joke. So yeah, really nice car. So I'll pull over in this kind of lay-by farm thing here, and I'll just park it here. I didn't want to spend too much time on this one because obviously it's not that interesting, like I said. But that is the Jaguar I-Pace. Right, next car on my list then, once again going in no particular order, we're going to go with the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution from 1999. So here it is, part of the Mitsubishi Lancer car pack, which is actually free if you haven't got it yet. Mine has the turbo rally engine in it, with just kind of stock aero, mud flaps. They've got the rally lights on the front, just looks really nice actually. I think this is actually a Forza tune, so you may have used this before if I made a video on it. But it's a really nice car to like just drift around with, a bit of Ken Block, Gymkhana, Hoonigan stuff. So yeah, it's quite a nice car for me because it's powerful. Especially when me and my friend were playing on Lego one time, we were in the stunt park area. And I was in this car just kind of drifting it about, cruising it about, getting skill points. For me it's just like a really nice car to drift around in. I'm not really too sure why. But yeah, I mean, if you have any suggestions, if you don't agree with me on any of these, feel free to share your opinions in the comments as long as they're respectful. I'm fine with you sharing your opinion. If you have any suggestions on maybe what you would have put in your list, let me know, of course. Obviously we've already seen 3 cars so far, but you know. So yeah, really nice car. As you can see, it's quite easy to drift. If I put it in third, it'll be able to extend longer. I'm barely even touching the steering wheel at the moment. I'm just a bit of handbrake. Just a really nice car to drift around, in my opinion. Sorry, I've got a bit of a dry throat. So yeah. Just nice, and it's really cool for rallying as well if you want to do some rallying in it, stunt park stuff like I said. Right then, next car, I'll move swiftly on so we're not getting too caught up. So the next car on my list is going to be the Ford Ranger Raptor from 2019 with my lovely USA themed livery on it, inspired by Veloster. So yeah, pretty much maxed out, almost maxed out with the racing V8. It's made for like cross-country dirt racing games, etc. It's quite a nice car. You can sometimes use it for seasonal PR stunts as a bit of a different car. It is just really fast. Can be a bit unstable because it's not got any aero customization, but it's just a really nice car to cruise around, really. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, and it's one of my personal favourites, one of my dream cars just to have in real life. One of the nicer pickups in my opinion, so yeah. I'll go on the controller in this one, just so I can demonstrate how good it is off-road without spinning out all the time like I would on the wheel. As you can see, it picks up really well. It's good in free roam, Roshan, online adventure, etc. It's really fast, you can drift it around the corners. As you know, I like to do that in dirt racing, so not too bad. If I slow down here, you'll be able to see, I can get back on the road, that is. You'll be able to see how good it is at sliding around the corners. So there, we just put it in third here, and you're around the corner, so even though it doesn't have much aero customization, if you can handle how it likes to twitch, you can just send it around the corners and it'll be absolutely fine. So that's just more of a fun off-road car on my list. So yeah. Any of the tunes, by the way, or designs, if they have them on, you can go and download them. Most of them will be my tunes, I would say, if not all. So yeah, go and download them. Right then, next car on my list is going to be the 2012 Nissan GTR Black Edition. For some reason, this car has always got a white thumbnail thingy in the car section. No idea why. This version doesn't, but this version does. No idea why, but you'll see what it looks like when I get in it. So this is pretty much like the one I drove a few weeks ago when I had a weekend off. I was driving one of these and I got a Lambo Gallardo. It was incredibly fun, I have to say. I'm not gonna lie, pretty much the best experience I've ever had in terms of doing stuff in that kind of thing. I've only ever driven 3 cars, but you know, even then it was just amazing, so realistic. So this is almost what it looked like, apart from the fact that it had a bigger wing. It had better trims on it, but I'm hoping in Horizon 5 I'll be able to recreate it better when we've got more customization options, and then I can customise the sound as well so that it sounds more like the one I drove, and then I can tell you more about it. But yeah, really, really good. I can send you a picture of it if you want, just let me know. So let's have a look there. So I'm going to get it back on the road, and as you can see, it's got this has got a 3.8 litre V6 in it. I was having a look online actually for second-hand GTRs because it's now become my new dream car. To replace the M2, although I would still like an M2. You can find these GTRs in really good condition, even modified for like 50 grand, whereas the M2s are knocking on 70 grand, especially for the competition variant. So yeah, I just really like the sound of this car, how it looks. Like I said, this isn't exactly like the one I drove. The one I drove was way better. It was way deeper as well because of the modified exhaust that it had on it. But it was so nice. It was really nice. But anyway, now we've got to 200 miles an hour. I'll pull over and just smash that Fiesta to pieces. But who cares? It's an AI. So there you go. That's the GTR. Right, now we shall move on to another one of my absolute favourites, which is, you'll have seen this on the channel numerous times in festival playlist videos, etc. It's the Hoonigan RS200 Evolution. So I have 2 tunes for this. My X-Class tune, which is the one I'm going to get in now, which is best for like PR stunt records and stuff like that, and then the S2 tune's better for playground games and S2 races and stuff like that. So here it is. It's got the V8 in it again, same as the Raptor, and it's just an incredible car. There's no other way to describe it, to be honest with you. It's just an incredible car. I mean, just look how fast it is. It's like 40 years old, but then when you stick a big engine in it, it copes that well. You can send it round the corners, you can drift it, you can rally it, you can do anything you flipping want to do with it, and it will go. I mean, just look look at this. It's incredible. And I know this is quite a popular car. It used to be really rare, maybe not so much now because I've got a lot of buying them. But it's still a really, really nice car. It can do the job in pretty much anything. Even speed traps I've done with it, on-road speed traps. It is an absolutely incredible car. I highly recommend you do get this if you don't have one. Like I said, I've got 2 spare that are stock, so if you want one, I can try and sell one to you, because if you haven't got this car, it's a car you want to add to your collection before Horizon 5, especially if you're not getting Horizon 5 on day 1. Because this is this car. I do believe it's coming back to Horizon 5, whether it'll be as OP, I don't know. I would like it to be OP, but then it'd be better if it wasn't, because then more cars could be better at things rather than this dominating, for example. Right, next car on the list then. What should we go for next? I think we'll go further down and we'll go to Subaru. So there's 2 Subarus on the list today. The first one is the 2015 Subaru Wrx Sti. So this livery is by Roshan. He made it for me as a special kind of Shylo gaming livery because he knew that I really liked this car and he wanted to create a livery for me. I have said it before when we revealed it on the stream, but thank you again, Roshan, for creating the livery. And Roshan's also the person that requested this video, so a little shout out to you, buddy. So this tune is just kind of a cruising tune, drift suspension, kind of lots of horsepower. I think it's got the stock engine, unless it's like 2 litre flat 4, I'm not too sure. But it's such a nice car. You can't really see the livery too well. You can see the stickers, but you can't really tell what the colour is. But it is really nice. I had a look at it yesterday when I was doing the thumbnail. So this one isn't as fast as the Hoonigan. Isn't the fastest rally car unless you engine swap it. I have a B-class tune for it as well, which I really like. But it's just a really nice car. I can't get round here. Nick's just bought one actually, a 2020 version, and he really likes it. I really like it. It's just a really cool car. I don't know what it is about Subarus. There's one in my town, a blue one, like the stock colour on Horizon 4. It's really nice. They're just a really nice car to have, and they sound dead nice, and I don't really know why you wouldn't have one. So yeah, this car's on my list just because it's cool and because it's good at cruising and rallying. Just a really nice car. Right, let's move on then. So the next car on my list is going to be the Mclaren. Where is it there? Right, Mclaren Speedtail. So as you can see, I've got 3 of these. So the one I'm going to show you is possibly the most mental car you've ever seen. If you thought you'd seen mental, then you haven't met this car with this tune on it. It's my tune. I did this pretty much when the car first got added to the game a few months ago, maybe quite a while ago now actually. Right, I'll give you the stats after I've demonstrated. So let me get it in a straight line. Right, I'm going to rev it half. And go. Right, watch the speedometer. Just look how fast we get like 140 miles an hour before we hit the AI car. Now I'll show you the stats. So the stats, 0 to 60 takes 0.8 seconds, 0 to 100 takes 1.8 seconds. 0 to 100 is 0.5 of a second faster than the Bugatti Chiron gets to 60. And this is a flipping Mclaren. And then it has a top speed of 270 miles an hour. It is insane. Possibly the fastest drag car you'll ever seen. I don't know whether any of the drag people like Korea, it's just Viper, have ever found out about this, but it's just insane. You're literally at 60 miles an hour before you've even realised you've set off. It's like you push the accelerator and you're at 100 miles an hour. It is ridiculous. So that is the McLaren Speedtail. Not much more to be said about that. It is just mental. Right, next car then is a Ferrari this time. So the Ferrari I've chosen is the 2015 Ferrari 488 GTB. You may have seen this in videos where I've been suggesting cars on my festival playlist videos. You may have seen me suggest this car for S1 races, Italian, modern supercar, etc. Or I don't know whether I've used it in any of my gameplay videos or not. But firstly, have a listen. if I keep the clutch in. Really nice sound. Although it's like a V12, which I'm not a massive fan of. In fact, I think it's a V8. I'm not a massive fan of high-pitched like V8s, V10s, V12s, but this is really nice. The design is by someone, very popular person. And then as for the tune, well, let's send it round this corner down here. This is my own tune. So it's not very fast, as you can see. It takes a bit to get going, so it lacks on that side. But then, as soon as you meet a corner, you can go around it at pretty much whatever speed you want. And that wasn't the best demonstration. But the car's mental. The handling on it is insane. Tighter circuits, it is perfect for S1 because, especially like the Horizon Festival circuit, the handling is incredible. And you can just send it into a tree apparently. Yeah, okay. So yeah, but apart from that, it is insane handling car. If you want a good S1 car for handling, this is the car for you in my opinion. And that is why it's on my list. Right, next then, I think we're about 2/3 of the way through now. So next, we're going to be going along to Jeep. And the car from Jeep is actually a 2016 Jeep trail car. You'll have seen this numerous times in my festival playlist videos. I use it for pretty much every off-road stunt where I don't use the Hoonigan RS200, because it is just the suspension, it just handles any jumps. The speed with this V8 is insane, handling is really good. Any cross-country race, dirt race, stunt, well, nearly all stunts, this S1 trail car is the car for you, because it is literally possibly the best off-road car I've ever seen. I mean, just look at this suspension taking all the bumps. If I go over to this danger sign here, you would normally need like a Ferrari 599 stuff with this. As soon as you get in the trail car with this tune on, once again it's my tune. Then, I mean, yeah, that wasn't the best of examples, but as you can see, it is so good at like danger signs, off-road speed zones, etc. I can't stress enough to you how good it is, because it's literally a legendary car. And thank God it's coming back to Horizon 5, because we'll need it in Mexico. Talking of Horizon 5, I'm going to do a video on Horizon 5 over the weekend or sometime next week. I'm still just working on putting all of the gameplay together and then doing voiceover on it, so don't worry, you'll see that soon. Right, next car then is going to be from BMW, and it's going to be the 2016 BMW M4 GTS. So as you can see, it's got police lights on it. That's one of the cool features on this BMW. The police lights also flash on the grille at the front as well, which is really, really cool. So as you can see there as you spawn, this really cool livery, thanks to unknown person who created this livery. Well done. And then you have the sound. Oh, go away, Forza 5, you can ruin it. Right, rev. Just listen to that. And then, after I let go of the throttle, listen to the pops and crackles. It's like Rice. It's Rice Krispies gone mental. It's literally Rice Krispies gone mental. This S1 tune is made by me. It's super grippy because of that really cool GTS wing and front splitter. And the sound is just so good. It's so good you just want to eat it. It's just like, oh, I'm going to put some syrup on this and eat it. Like I would with my Rice Krispies in the morning. I mean, if this video was what is the best sounding car, this would win, because it's just insane. I know people always go for V10s, V12s. Just listen to this M4 GTS. It's insane, and not to mention the body kit and stuff that it's got on it. That is really cool as well. So this is definitely one of the top contenders for first place on this list. Next then, it's another BMW, keeping with the theme of German, and we're going to be going across to the right a bit, and we're going to be getting in the 1995 BMW 850 CSI. So this has got the Mercedes CLK GTR V12 in it, and it's the first ever proper drift car I made. So there's not a lot of tuning on it, but because this is the first drift car I made where I was just getting into tuning and drifting, I thought I'd include it because it's really special to me, because it's what got me into drifting and fine tuning really. So as you can see, it's just really cool. That engine is actually quite nice. It kind of suits the car because it's like a vintage saloon car, so it's like the Maseratis that have V12s in them, kind of. The car with the pop-up headlights, well, you can't get much better than that, can you? It's just, I don't understand how nice it is. I mean, just look at this. It just slides forever. Slides for a living. I've yet to try it in Drift Adventure, but when I started drifting, all of my scores were literally set in this car until came along one of the other cars on the list, which I won't reveal. And since then I've created more drift tunes, better drift tunes, more competitive ones. But because, like I said, this is the first one I made, it's quite special to me, and it's also still really good. It's really good for a first drift tune, so that's why it is on the list. Right, next car then, if I can untangle the wire on my controller, is another Hoonigan, back to Hoonigan, and it's actually this one here, the 1978 Hoonigan Escort Rs 1800. So you may be thinking, Shylo, why have you just got a random Escort on there? What's special about that? Well, I shall tell you why, because, well, firstly, the sound of the engine is so meaty, it's like the best rally engine you'll ever hear. Well, maybe not quite, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration. But then you've got, look at these drifts. You know earlier in the video when I was on about the Lancer, and I said me and my friends were in the stunt park on Lego, and we were just drifting around, and I did it in the Lancer. Well, this is the other car I used for about an hour and a half. And it was so fun to drift around, just stunt around with. I originally created this tune for like playground games, I think. So yes, it's good for rallying, but what it's best at is just stunting around. Like, just look at these drifts. And when you're in the stunt park on Lego, you'll really feel how cool it is, just like tandeming around. It is so cool. And yeah, it's one of my favourite Hoonigan cars because it looks really good. The livery's dead good. I know it's quite simple, but it just really stands out to me, and that is why it is on the list as the second and final Hoonigan. Next car then, we're going to be jumping up to Shelby, and on the topic of the drift cars, we're going to be getting in the 2012 Shelby 1000. Which is the most mental car you will ever see. Yes, with the 7-litre V8 producing nearly 1900 horsepower under a Shelby bonnet, on drift suspension, in Man City blue, we have a Shelby 1000 drift car. First and second gear tune, it is bloody mental, to put it simple. As you can see, it's got so much power it can drift a kilometre in one slide. This is like maybe my second or third proper drift tune, following the Bmw i850 CSI, which we had just a few minutes ago. And yeah, it's pretty mental, right? This basically took over from all of my scores in the 850 CSI, and yeah, it's a bit incredible. I've updated the tune since. But it's just insane. So I'll take it to this drift zone here. So enter it. It is quite easy to run it off the road because it's got so much power and it's dead big. Sometimes you can't quite get it to go where you want it to. But once you get the hang of it after a few minutes, you barely even need to do any clutch kicking. And then you run it.
You have arrived at your destination.
Most mental drift car ever, number 1. And the only one. So that is the Shelby 1000 for you. Right, now we're going to be sticking on the letter S. We're going to be going back to Subaru for our other Subaru on this list, which is the 2005 Subaru Impreza Wrx Sti. So this is another really cool cruising Subaru, like the 2015 one. It sounds dead nice, the pops and bangs are dead nice, it looks really cool on drift suspension with all these lights and stuff on it. Not so sure about the tyre on the top, maybe I need to get rid of that, but it might be affecting my speed. But yeah, it's just a really cool car to drift around in. It used to be one of my favourite cars, still is, which is why it's on the list. And I used to use it for everything I could on this game. Since I got it in the first dirt race I did, this is the car I picked. And yeah, it's pretty incredible. So it's not quite as fast as you would expect, but that doesn't matter, it's for cruising. So it's a really nice car. As you can hear, you've got the turbo piston shocking, and this is really nice. So I'm not spending too long on the cars now because we're kind of running over a bit. I'm about 10 minutes over schedule now, but yeah, as you can see, just a really nice car. It looks really nice as well. When you see them at car shows and stuff and on the telly, on YouTube, they look so nice, and I don't know why, but you can see why. Right, now we're going to be going right the way to the end of the list, and we're going to be going for the second and final electric car on the list, which is the VW IDR. So I'm getting in it now. This is also possibly the most mental electric car you'll ever see. It's built for Pikes Peak, which is like a bit like the Needle Climb, where you need handling and acceleration. So the top speed is about 160 mile an hour. As you can see, acceleration's insane. The handling makes sure you can go around any corner you want at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Or for this car, it's top speed pretty much. You can recover so well. I know I sound like I'm repeating myself, but what the heck? How can this car handle so big? All it has is a massive front splitter, a massive rear wing, and an electric motor. Yes, it's just incredible. Incredible. That is what it is. Even going around this roundabout, it just sticks. Look at that. Which is why I used it for a couple of the videos I did a few months ago, Ambleside Village Circuit and Horizon Festival Circuit. I'll try and remember to link to the playlist in the end screen. But yeah, incredible car, I'm not going to lie. Right, next, we're getting towards the end of the list now. We're going to be going for Mini, and it's going to be the 1965 Mini Cooper S, the Mr. Bean Mini. So I have 3 tunes for this. I have a C-Class tune, which is insane handling, so if you want a really good C-Class tune with handling, this is the car. I have this tune, which is my S1 tune, with the stock engine but maxed out, and Steven's awesome livery, like literally awesome. Possibly one of the best liveries Steven's ever made. He is really good, but this is just exceptional. And then you've got the S2 tune, which is a bit more mental, and that tune will probably feature in this compilation. That's how mental it is. But yeah, this tune is really good because it's got a stock engine, but it's still really fast. So what do I like about this Mini? Well, it's really small and dinky. It looks dead cool, like vintage Minis look so cool, like with this body kit on. It's Mr. Bean. Who doesn't like Mr. Bean? It's Mr. Bean's Mini, literally. So who doesn't like that? And then, well, yeah, it can also drift. And stunt about, like many of the other cars like this. And you can stunt around with it, just like Don Jones. So yeah, really cool car. Really good way to kind of get to the end of the list there. Right, how many cars have we got left? 1, 2. Right, we've got right, we've only got 2 cars left, so I'm gonna go with this one next. So this one you'll have seen as many times as you can't count. So it's the Mosler MT900S. So on the thumbnail you'll see the other one with Steven's design on it, but that's the one with the awful V12 in it. I prefer this tune, which is my tune with the V8 in it. So this car you can use for pretty much everything, again, like the Hoonigan. Speed traps, speed zones, danger signs, you can even drift it, any stunt, any race, anything you want. You'll have seen it pretty much all of my season else to be said about this car. Handling, speed, acceleration. It has one very cool party trick though. If I just fast travel up to here, onto Arthur's seat, and we're going to go off the danger sign on Arthur's seat, and I'm going to show you the Mosler's party trick. So what you do is, you set off, right, so this is just common knowledge, and when you get to the danger sign, you're going to go off it, of course, and then about now, if you brake, notice how the front end is tipping, and that means you can do what I did there and roll for longer, which is really, really cool. Like, that party trick is cool, so Mosler, that's why you're on my list. And then the final car on my list today is quite a unique one to finish off. It's the Cadillac Limousine from 2013. So any limo is cool because they're just limos. They're so long that you can barely get them around the corner. You can have parties in them because that's what they're for. But this one in particular is very cool. It's the only limo we've got in Horizon 4. Yeah. So, I've got my V8 in it, and I'm now going to drift it. Yes, you heard me right, I'm going to drift it. Just look at this. Like, this shouldn't even be possible. Why is this even possible, Forza? What have you done? I'm drifting a limousine. I am drifting a limousine. Why? It's just so funny. Just look at it. It's just like, oh yeah, what are you drifting today? I'm gonna drift a limo. Wait, what? And then if you don't want to drift it, you can go 200 miles an hour. It's like the coolest car on the planet, and that's why I've left it until last. Because, in my opinion, this is the coolest car on the list. It can do everything. It's got its party tricks. You can even have parties in it whilst you're doing your party tricks. So who doesn't want that? Anyway, that is it, guys. So thank you for watching this awfully long video. I sincerely apologise for wasting 40 minutes of your life that you'll never get back. But hopefully you did enjoy it. Hopefully you did learn a bit more about some unique cars on the game. Now you know what my top 20 favourite cars are on Horizon 5. That'll probably change, Horizon 4 I mean. That'll probably change in Horizon 5. Not long to wait. About a month and a half. So like I said earlier in the video, I'll try my best to get this gameplay sorted to make a Horizon 5 summary video so far of what we've got this week for you. So do look out for that. If you want to know more about Horizon 4, Horizon 5, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on so you don't miss any more. That will massively help me out, but it'll also help you out because then you don't miss any content I post. So I'm kind of sticking to one video a week now because I'm doing different videos which take longer to make, therefore I need more time and I haven't got a lot of time at the moment. So next video will be Horizon 5, so yes, I hope to see you in that one. So once again, thank you so much for watching. I really did hope you enjoyed. Sorry, my English is getting worse and worse every day. And then I'll see you, like I said, in Horizon 5. So thank you, and goodbye.